and 7 Spanish angels took another angel home.
Hey, I'm Willie Nelson, and you're watching HempRock TV.
We don't run, and we don't compromise, we don't quit, we never do.
Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. I am Master Sergeant Tony Vance, the voice of Freedom's Voice. Let's talk about the Republican Party. Basically, what the hell happened to the Republican Party? They used to care about policy and principles and that kind of thing, and who knows what's going on. There's a meme going around. It purports to show the 1956 Republican platform, and it kind of reads like a Democratic platform of today. But more importantly, that I saw was something that Dwight Eisenhower wrote, President Eisenhower, he was a Republican, that the Republicans in 1956 said they wanted to use as guidance in fulfilling their responsibilities to run the government and all that. And I want to read it to you. Here, this is it. For our guidance in fulfilling this responsibility, the responsibility of running the government, taking care of our people and whatnot, President Eisenhower has given us a statement of principles that is neither partisan nor prejudiced, but warmly American. The individual is of supreme importance. The spirit of our people is the strength of our nation. America does not prosper unless all Americans prosper. We could go off on that one. Government must have a heart as well as a head. Courage in principle, cooperation in practice make freedom positive. And to stay free, we must stay strong. Under God, we espouse the cause of freedom and justice and peace for all peoples, embracing these guides to positive, constructive action, and in their rich spirit, we ask the support of the American people for the election of a Republican Congress and the re-election of the nation's devoted and dedicated leader, Dwight D. Eisenhower. So, pretty highfalutin points. And maybe at one time they did care. I mean, even as late as 1968, the Republican president, President Nixon, supported a universal basic income, along with the number one economist in the country and 1,200 other economists. But when we got Reagan, we got, no, wealthy Americans prosper and screw the rest of you, basically. Nowadays, and I'm trying to be nice about this, but nowadays, they have no policy proposals, no platform, no ideas about how to make your life better or to improve the lives of our citizens or any of that. I mean, look, let me read to you. I wrote it down. Let me read to you. Restrict the vote. Now, we know that over 400 bills have been tendered all across the nation in Republican legislatures to make it harder for you to vote. Okay? Then they're demonizing gay children to gin up the votes and get everybody fired up. You know, them gay people, them gay children, they wouldn't be gay if we didn't make them gay. God didn't make them gay. Wait a minute. God didn't make any mistakes. How does that work? Anyway, they're working at taking freedom away from our pregnant mothers and daughters and sisters. Somebody who, what did it say? The individual is of supreme importance. And yet you're taking away the individual freedom of all our pregnant women to decide what happens when they get pregnant. Makes no damn sense. and it's anti-freedom. We're burning books. Actually burning books. Banning books. I don't like what this, going crazy over critical race theory when critical race theory is not taught in the 12 grades. It's something they talk about in college. All this stuff is just simply to fire up the base. Fire up the people who think it's more important to destroy a Democrat than it is to do something good for the vast majority of our people or for the country. Gotcha, 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 gotcha. It's disgusting. You know, when you do things like this, like going after gay children and burning books and stuff, these things have consequences. Had the Republican people who showed up on January 6th been successful, you would no longer decide who your leader is going to be. Some committee in Republican-controlled states would decide. No matter, oh, well, we voted for Bill, but we don't like Bill, so we're going to nullify his election win and we're going to appoint Joe or whoever, whatever. That's not democracy. That's not freedom. Why don't you just go over there and hand the keys to Putin? That's what you seem to be wanting to do. What the hell happened to the Republican Party that they are more interested in maintaining power than they are in doing good for the country and the American people? And that DeSantis guy down in Florida, what the hell went up his butt? Republicans are fighting a culture war. America is changing. It's becoming browner. Gay people are not afraid to be who they are. The way, if you're religious, that God made them. Remember, God doesn't make any mistakes. Oh, no. Well, if that's true, then why do we need cleft palate surgery? Come on. You look at today's Republican Party, they are focused completely on staying in power. There is absolutely zero focus about making your life or my life better. The tax cuts, and I said it in the Buying Power was the title of the one. I said it. The tax cuts for the wealthy by Republicans got the wealthy to take money and get them reelected so they could give them another tax cut, and that revenue, that's less money that the federal government could send to the local areas, to the states and the cities. So guess who makes up for it? The poor and middle class makes up for that revenue. The Republican Party at this moment could care less about you. And that includes if you're a Republican. They don't care. All they care about is maintaining power. What do you do about something like that? I don't know. But it's going to come to a head. They become more and more radical. You know, the tell on the right is they always accuse people of doing what they're doing. Okay? That's Donald Trump's tell. You're cheating on the election. That's because what he's doing. You're doing this. You know? People say that's all crap. The Republican Party has decided to turn to a party that is totally devoted to maintaining power, no matter what the cost, no matter who gets hurt, no matter whose lives are destroyed, no matter anything. And as I've said 1,000 times before, the number one defense you have is your vote. And if you want to add on top of that, start going around and encouraging your fellow Americans to vote for America, because that's what we're coming down to. And it's a sad state of affairs. I mean, if the Republicans had policies and programs that would benefit the people, I'd vote for them, but they don't. They got nothing except we're going to demonize all these people, fire up the base, and stay in power. I mean, if they even gave a rat's ass about you and your family, they would have voted to renew the child care money. They did not. And everybody says, oh, the Democrats can't get anything done because we only got like a 1 or 2 majority in the Senate, right? Not every Democrat feels exactly the same way. I don't know why Manchin and Sinema want to screw over the American people, but they're right there with the Republicans doing it. Refusing to improve the lives of the citizens of our country in favor of doing anything and hurting anyone it's necessary to hurt to maintain power. It's a disgusting bit of chicanery. And I hope that the American people will remind them of their traitorous turn against democracy and remind them that what matters in this country is the people, not the whims of a few rich guys who simply want to maintain power for their, I don't know, maybe their entitlements, you think? God forbid we should be an entitlement society. That's what Manchin said. But they're sure working awful hard to stay in power and keep their entitlements, aren't they? And as I said before, they don't give a rat's ass what happens to you or your family, as long as they maintain power. So, like I always say, get your ass out there and vote. Encourage your fellows to vote. And don't be afraid to point out to them that a vote for Republicans at this time is a vote against democracy. Pure and simple. There you go. Cancer is still the same. Going to go on to oral cancer and see what happens. Y'all take care, and we'll see you next time.
Hi, I'm Willie Nelson, and the Willie Nelson Teapot Party and I endorse Veterans for Medical Cannabis Access.
Just roll me up and smoke me when I die.